Exodus chapter 35 verse 1 to 35. Verse 1. Moses assembled the whole Israelite community and said to them, "These are the things the Lord has commanded you to do." Verse 2. For 6 days work is to be done, but the seventh day shall be your holiday, a day of Sabbath rest to the Lord. Whoever does any work on it is to be put to death. Verse 3. Do not light a fire in any of your dwellings on the Sabbath day. Verse 4. Moses said to the whole Israelite community, "This is what the Lord has commanded." Verse 5. For what you have, take an offering for the Lord. Everyone who is willing is to bring to the Lord an offering of gold, silver, and bronze. Verse 6. Blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and fine linen, goat hair. Verse 7. Ram skin dyed red and another type of durable leather, acacia wood. Verse 8. Olive oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil and for the fragrant incense. Verse 9. And onyx stones and other gems to be mounted on the ephod and breastpiece. Verse 10. All who are skilled among you are to come and make everything the Lord has commanded. Verse 11. The tabernacles with its tents and its covering, clasps, frames, crossbars, posts, and bases. Verse 12. The ark with its poles and the atonement cover and the curtain that shields it. Verse 13. The table with its poles and all its article and the bread of the presence. Verse 14. The lampstand that is for lights with its accessories, lamps and oil for the light. Verse 15. The altar of incense with its poles, the anointing oil and the fragrance incense, the curtain for the doorway at the entrance to the tabernacle. Verse 16. The altar of burnt offerings with its bronze grating, its poles and all its utensils, the bronze basins with its stand. Verse 17. The curtains of the courtyards with its posts and bases, and the curtain for the entrance to the courtyard. Verse 18. The 10 pigs for the tabernacle and for the courtyard, and their roofs. Verse 19. The woven garments worn for ministering in the sanctuary, both the sacred garments for Aaron the priest and the garments for his sons when they served as priests. Verse 20. Then the whole Israelite community withdrew from Moses' presence. Verse 21. And everyone who was willing and whose heart moved them came and brought an offering to the Lord for the work of the tent of meeting, for all its service, and for the sacred garments. Verse 22. All who were willing, men and women alike, came and brought gold jewelry of all kinds, brooches, earrings, rings, and ornaments. They all presented their gold as a wave offering to the Lord. Verse 23. Everyone who had blue, purple, or scarlet yarns, or fine linen, or goat hair, ram skins dyed red, or the other durable leather brought them. Verse 24. Those presenting an offering of silver or bronze brought it as an offering to the Lord. And everyone who had acacia wood for any part of the work brought it. Verse 25. Every skilled woman spun with her hands and brought what she had spun, blue, purple, or scarlet yarns or fine linen. Verse 26. And all the women who were willing and had the skill spun the goat hair. Verse 27. The leaders brought onyx stones and other gems to be mounted on the ephod and breastpiece. Verse 28. They also brought spices and olive oil for the light and for the anointing oil and for the fragrant incense. Verse 29. All the Israelite men and women who were willing brought to the Lord freewill offerings for all the work the Lord brought Moses had commanded them to do. Verse 30. Then Moses said to the Israelites, "See, the Lord has chosen Bezalel, son of Uri, the son of Or, of the tribe of Judah. Verse 31, and he has filled him with the Spirit of God, with wisdom, with understanding, with knowledge, and with all kinds of skills. Verse 32, to make artistic designs for work in gold, silver, and bronze. Verse 33, to cut and set stones, to work in wood, and to engage in all kinds of artistic crafts. Verse 34, and he has given both him and Oholiab, son of Ahimasak, of the tribe of Dan, the ability to teach others. Verse 35, he has filled them with skills to do all kinds of work as engravers, designers, embroiderers in blue, purple, and scarlet yarns and fine linen, and weavers, all of them skilled workers and designers. Exodus chapter 36, verse 1 to 38. Verse 1. So Bezalel, Oholiab, and every skilled person to whom the Lord has given skill and ability to know how to carry out all the work of constructing the sanctuary are to do work just as the Lord has commanded. Verse 2. Then Moses summoned Bezalel and Oholiab, and every skilled person to whom the Lord had given ability and who was willing to come and do the work. Verse 3. They received from Moses all the offerings the Israelites had brought to carry out the work of constructing the sanctuary. And the people continued to bring freewill offerings morning after morning. Verse 4. So all the skilled workers who were doing all the work on the sanctuary left what they were doing. Verse 5, and said to Moses, the people are bringing more than enough for doing the work the Lord commanded to be done. Verse 6, then Moses gave an order, and they sent this word throughout the camp. No man or woman is to make anything else as an offering for the sanctuary. And so the people were restrained from bringing more. Verse 7, because what they already had was more than enough to do all the work. Verse 8, all those who were skilled among the workers made the tabernacle with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, with cherubim woven into them by expert hands. Verse 9, all the curtains were the same size, 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. Verse 10, they joined 5 of the curtains together and did the same with the other 5. Verse 11, then they made loops of blue material along the edge of the end curtain in one set, and the same was done with the end curtain in the other set. Verse 12, they also made 50 loops on one curtain and 50 loops on the end curtain of the other set, with the loops opposite each other. Verse 13, then they made 50 gold clasps and used them to fasten the 2 sets of curtains together so that the tabernacle was a unit. Verse 14, they made curtains of goat hair for the tent over the tabernacle, 11 altogether. Verse 15, all 11 curtains were the same size, 30 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. Verse 16, they joined 5 of the curtains into one set and the other 6 into another set. Verse 17, then they made 50 loops along the edge of the end curtains in one set and also along the edge of the end curtain in the other set. Verse 18, they made 50 bronze clasps to fasten the tent together as a unit. Verse 19, then they made for the tent a covering of ram skins dyed red, and over a covering of the other durable leather. Verse 20, they made upright frames of acacia wood for the tabernacle. Verse 21, each frame was 10 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide. Verse 22, with 2 projections set parallel to each other, they made all the frames of the tabernacle in this way. Verse 23, they made 20 frames for the south side of the tabernacle. Verse 24, and made 40 silver bases to go under them, 2 bases for each frame, one under each projection. Verse 25, for the other side, the north side of the tabernacle, they made 20 frames. Verse 26, and 40 silver bases, 2 under each frame. Verse 27, they made 6 frames for the far end, that is, the west end of the tabernacle. Verse 28, and 2 frames were made for the corners of the tabernacle at the far end. Verse 29, all these 2 corners, the frames were double from the bottom all the way to the top and fitted into a single ring. Both were made alike. Verse 30, so there were 8 frames and 16 silver bases, 2 under each frame. Verse 31, they also made crossbars of acacia wood, 5 for the frames of one side of the tabernacle. Verse 32, 5 for those on the other side, and 5 for the frames on the west, at the far end of the tabernacle. Verse 33, they made the center crossbar so that it extended from end to end at the middle of the frames. Verse 34, they overlaid the frames with gold and made gold rings to hold the crossbars. They also overlaid the crossbar with gold. Verse 35, they made the curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarns and finely twisted linen, with cherubim woven into it by a skilled worker. Verse 36, they made 4 posts of acacia wood for it and overlaid them with gold. They made gold hooks for them and cast their 4 silver bases. Verse 37, for the entrance to the tent they made a curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and finely twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer. Verse 38, and they made 5 posts with hooks for them. They overlaid the tops of the posts and their bands with gold and made their 5 bases of bronze.